Is it on? Excellent. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Theatia Podsie 2022. Thank you for coming out in the middle of winter. I greatly appreciate it. Just a few housekeeping announcements, as there always are with these things. If you are looking for the bathroom, you head out the doors that you came in, and then just on your right, straight ahead, there is a green button on the side of the door to get in and out of the bathrooms. Just a heads up, that door will swing at you violently, so be aware. As for everything else, if you haven't already turned your phones to silent, could you please do so now? What else was there? Yeah, it will pick up, the microphones will pick it up, so we might just, if you can have it on vibrate, it won't pick that up, just having it on silent, just for our actors' sakes. There is tea and coffee up the back behind you. The run for this evening is that we will have the first play, Turbulence by Megan J. Rydell, and then a 15-minute intermission, and then our second play, Like Me by Glenn Saunders. If you haven't already grabbed a program, they are up on that desk that you passed when you came in. Please help yourselves. Other than that, let's give a warm welcome to our first cast, the cast of Turbulence by Megan J. Rydell.
So, this one, we decided it's too far away. Oh, it's got great facilities though. No, yes, too far out. It'll take me all day to get there. May as well stay here. The whole point is I can see you more often and not have to take time off work just to make the trip. So, it works for both of us. What did you think of Lakefields? Didn't Ted know someone who went there? Mum. Lakefields. I'll ask him what he knows about it. Now this one is just up the road from me. Kate's Auntie Mavis already lives there. I told you about Kate in the photos thing, didn't I? Kate from work? She's with her dad, write down all the stories behind your knickknacks and things, make a portfolio. She's into that. I told you, didn't I? Because that way, when you leave, you don't necessarily need to keep every single item. It would be insane to store everything. I mean, the rooms are spacious, but we do need to work out what's really an heirloom and what's just...
Junk?
No. Well, this is rather ugly, isn't it?
Your father gave me that for our 10th wedding anniversary.
One day you can tell me those stories.
I'll leave it to Robert in my will.
And I'll make a record. Anyway, Kate said Mavis is full of praise. They've got all sorts of activities and clubs, services like cleaning, doctor on site. But you cook for yourself still? That's what you need. And my place is only a few blocks away. It's perfect. Everything you need is right there. I really think Bayside Living's the one.
Everything I need is right here.
Mum, can you please at least look at the brochures?
Oh, I will.
Here. Come. Look.
I will.
What am I doing here?
I honestly don't know.
Mum.
I don't want to move to the city, Marion.
Yes, you do. You said so. So this one, Bayside Living's a bit more expensive than I would have liked, but if we can at least get you in there...
When?
Well, I don't know. The lady on the phone said once you put in an application...
No, when did I say?
After the funeral. We talked about this. We did. You were keen. Why am I here then?
To visit me.
Yes, obviously. Look, Mum, I'm sorry you think I'm being pushy.
Oh, when was the last time you came just to visit or called just to chat?
Last week.
No, Marion. You called me to talk about dumpside living or Listerine
Mum.
fields. I don't need to be organised by you.
I'm not trying to
Why can't you just wait until I'm ready?
It's not that simple. I've gone through all of Dad's books and the farm's bleeding money.
Oh, I don't know anything about that, Marion. Your father took care of
No,
everything.
he didn't. He should have asked for help.
He asked Robert.
Oh. Have you spoken to him lately?
I think you know the answer to that.
Do you call him?
It's always in the middle of the night there, when I think of it. I don't know why he had to move to France. So inconvenient.
Don't give up on him, Mum.
Oh, the weight of your father's expectations can be a heavy burden, one that Robert couldn't carry, evidently.
Dad should have taken the offer from Eneco when he got the chance. Then you could have stayed here with that income coming in.
He was very clear about
If he'd
that.
swallowed his pride...
It wasn't his fault he got sick.
I know, but...
It's not negotiable. Your father would be turning in his grave knowing you even mentioned it. This is his family's land. I'll never betray him like that, so drop it, please, Marion.
But you can't afford to stay here, Mum. Sick or not, Dad should have planned for that.
Oh, there must be another way. You could come back.
That's never going to happen.
Oh, what then?
Sell.
Over my dead body?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Do you have any idea what it's like to know you're going to die alone?
Oh, Mum!
Pacing around my empty house, listening to any old trash on the TV just to hear another voice in the room, wondering how long it might be before someone notices I'm dead?
That's why I thought if you came to live near me, then you wouldn't be alone, would you? We could start over, you know? Me and you could do all the things we missed out on when I was younger.
I've lived here my whole life, Marion. I don't know what I'd do in the city.
But that's the whole point. You can do anything.
I've spent my whole life being someone's mother, someone's wife, someone's daughter.
You're your own person, Mum. And you can do whatever you like. And I can help you.
Well, you might have been able to run away and reinvent yourself, Marion, but it's not so easy for me.
It wasn't easy, and I didn't run away, remember?
Well, you should have come back sooner. He wanted to see you before.
I couldn't. You know that.
I know. You must be glad it's all over and you can move on with your
No,
life.
I'm not glad.
When Marjorie Klein's father died, her sister never even came to the funeral. And now she's having the most terrible time of it, years later, Marion, and no closure. It's the kind of thing that eats you up.
Let me arrange an inspection for you at Bayside Living, please. Once you see it, I know you'll love it, and I can introduce you to Kate's auntie Mavis, so you already have a friend. I'll book in a couple of tours for you while you're down. Want to make a week of it? I can take a few days off.
I couldn't impose on you like that, not for more than the weekend.
Oh, don't do that.
I'll pack all these papers away, Marion. I don't want to think about all this anymore. Now, who's this Kate you keep talking about anyway? Someone special?
No, Mum. She works in my office. We eat lunch together.
And?
And she's married. Happily. To a man.
Well, that doesn't mean anything these days. Marjorie Klein's daughter was married to the foster boy. You know,
What
he
are you
was Robert's
talking
class at
about?
school. Anyway, they had two beautiful kids and seemed to be very happily married. And then, one day, she upped and left, and the next thing was parading about town with some woman from the city. So you just never know.
Are you suggesting I seduce Kate and break up her marriage?
Oh, you need someone in your life, Marion.
I think I could use some fresh air.
Why don't you go on one of those matchmaking things on the computer?
Mum, enough!
Oh, don't be so sensitive, Marion.
Maybe I'll go up to Ted's and see the turbine up close.
Did you check the weather?
No, Mum, it's fine. Will you be alright on your own?
Hasn't killed me yet. I need to start dinner.
Well, I won't be long.
Don't hurry back on my account. I'm doing a roast.
I'll help with the veggies when I get back.
If you're going up to the turbine, you should take your coat.
I'm pretty sure that's Marion Doyle. Must be my lucky day. G'day. Really is a glorious view, isn't it? Pity about the turbines.
I think they're majestic. Even more impressive up close.
I'm here for work. Photography.
Well, this is the spot for it. Worth trespassing on private property. That's okay. I won't tell.
I'm Jen.
Marion.
What brings you up here?
I'm visiting my mum. Having a break from visiting my mum.
I get that. Care to join me? It's not wet. I've got hot tea if you're interested.
I used to picnic here with my dad. This hill was always his favourite spot.
That makes sense. It's stunning.
Mum thinks he'd be turning in his grave.
Because of the turbines.
Used to be part of the run until they subdivided and sold to Ted's folks.
Doyle's Run.
You know it?
Of course. Most of the town's named after you. Even newbies like me know that.
Another reason I hate coming back here.
Well, it must be hard after your dad died. I heard it round town.
Of course.
People find change very confronting, don't you find?
Well, it's not easy being at the forefront of progress. Like, oh, poor Ted.
Your neighbour?
Like family, really. Once, like, we used to.
Was there a lot of opposition to these going up?
Yeah. The Kleins Petition Council made Ted jump through hoops, but they were just annoyed because they backed the wrong side.
You're not worried about
They've
negative
got all
health
this
effects?
Beautiful country along the creek, but not a breath of wind there, so what's it worth? They're just small-minded people. Anything different, they don't like it, they attack without even trying to understand.
Sounds like you know that feeling well.
Little towns like this can be very cruel to people like me.
And what are you like, Marion Doyle, apart from famous?
Prodigal daughter,
How long have you been away?
most of my life. I was 12 when I left.
So young. I bet you were super cute.
My teeth were too big for my face.
I'll never believe it.
I came back every summer. I remember Dad and Ted made these billy carts for us once. Robert, my brother, was scared to go, so Dad went with him. Robert screamed the whole way and then sulked off to his room, and I knocked out a tooth. I'd forgotten about that part. That's why they're so straight now. They're all fake.
It's okay. I won't tell.
Yeah, that was before I left though. Every year I spent at boarding school, I felt more and more like a stranger, you know?
I bet your mother's glad to have you around now.
Oh, I'm trying very hard to convince her.
She'll need you soon enough.
And I'll be there, but Farah, she's almost as stubborn as Dad was.
And you?
Oh, we're a match.
I like a strong woman.
That's not the word most people use to describe me.
It sounds like you have a lot of lost time to catch up on with your mum.
I can't go back in time. I know that, but we could be friends now as adults. Is that too much to expect?
Of course not.
I just feel like we're banging our heads together constantly.
You'll find some common ground. I can't believe she doesn't want to have you in her life. Who wouldn't?
I mean, so what brings you to this neck of the woods, Jen?
Work. I get around, move around a lot. For work.
That must be hard.
It can be. Small towns are very cliquey, even if the people you meet on the tops of hills are amazing and friendly and just kind of good.
But I'm not from here, remember?
Oh, aren't you?
It must be hard blowing into a new town just trying to make friends.
Yeah, belonging, isn't it? That's all we ever really want.
It's hard to keep coming back to a place when you feel like you don't belong.
People make up their mind about you and there's very little you can do to change it.
People get stuck in their ways, like my dad. Ted should have known Dad would be mad about the turbines, but then again, it wasn't his land anymore. But it was, in Dad's blood, and Ted knew it. That's what hurt so bad. But he saw this whole place in rose-coloured glasses. He was a traditionalist. He just couldn't bear to think of the Doyle's legacy being slowly chipped away.
Legacy isn't just about the land, though. It's about your actions, the way you make people feel.
Dad had everything mapped out for us. He imagined Robert would be just like him, dirt under his nails, these hills and valleys in his heart, but they just weren't. He spent so much time trying to train Robert, but all he succeeded in doing was making him hate this place, hate Dad. He just pushed Robert further away. He should have focused on me. Turns out I was the son he always wanted, but he couldn't accept that. I wish I could have changed for him, but you can't change who you are, no matter how hard you try or how easy it would have made everything.
Never think you should have changed, Marion. You're perfect the way you are.
I should be getting back to Mum.
It's okay. Hey, Marion. It's okay.
Sorry, I'm blurting.
Don't apologise, okay? Strong woman,
Yes,
remember?
strong. That's the word.
Hopefully I'll see you around.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you, Jen.
We could go for coffee one time.
I'd like that. Look me up, all right?
I will.
We're doing this, Mum.
I've got bread.
Not for hours.
I'm going in the shower first. Phone!
I'm sitting right here. Hello?
Miss Doyle, a little birdie tells me you're up the run.
Are you spying on me, Jen?
You know it.
Oh, I'm flattered.
You're a very intriguing person, Marion.
What's up? Did you want to? I mean, if you're free, we could.
Oh, I'm actually booked out all weekend with work stuff up the coast.
Oh, well, it wasn't really a planned visit anyway.
I would have loved to catch up with you, though. If I'd known you were coming.
No, it's fine. I mean, no, I couldn't have. You've got work.
Oh, next time, let me know, okay? I would have rescheduled some of my meetings.
No, that's not something I'd
I
like.
still owe you that coffee, you know.
We did coffee.
And you paid, so I still owe you.
Okay, fine. I'm drinking the shitty instant from the back of Mum's pantry right now.
Nescafe.
Oh, I wish it was Nescafe. Some terrible kind of home brand. I keep forgetting to bring my own.
How are things with your mum?
I'm trying to get her to tell me all the stories of all this junk.
That's lovely.
It's like getting blood from a stone. Honestly, the woman is the most stubborn. Anyway, how are you?
Good, good. It's kind of what I'm doing too. Talking to people, hearing the stories, filming, editing, blah, blah, blah.
For your documentary?
Yeah. I wish I'd known you were in town.
Yeah.
You would love it here. I'm in a cafe looking out over the bay and it's stunning. I'm composing some pictures of you with your hair down on the beach and the cliff in the background, smiling, laughing, just like that. Be nice. Be nice to share it with you.
Jen, I love that. I really want to do that.
I know this is all new, but I really feel like there's a special connection, you know? Marion, I can see that...
I feel it too. Can I call you after work one night when I'm back home? Yeah, that sounds amazing. It's definitely a plan. Oh, and send me some pictures of the beach. Okay. Look, yeah, Mum's here. Yeah, I better go. Out of a stone, exactly. Oh, okay. Okay, bye, Jen.
Well,
I pulled these few items down from the shelf to start with.
weren't you going to tell me about
No?
that?
No?
Well, it didn't sound like a business call.
Which one do you want to start with, Mum?
Who's Jen?
Can we stop interrogating me and do this, please?
Oh, sorry for caring about my daughter. I suppose it's no one I'd know anyway.
No one you know, no one you need to know.
If Jen's going to waltz in and break your heart, I want to know about
Oh
it.
my God, okay. I met her, we've had coffee, we've been... You know what? I'm not telling you this. Can we focus on the task at hand, please?
Oh, fine. Oh, Grandma Doyle gave me this. Oh, now this one came from your father for our 10th anniversary, but because...
Hang on. No, the other one, the first one. Do you remember where you got that?
Oh, a birthday maybe. It was always roses with her.
I remember she smelled like roses.
Oh, yes, that soap she used. Ugh.
I don't remember anything else, though.
Oh, she died when you were quite young.
So this has no special story.
Not really. You can get rid of it. She got the idea that I liked roses and suddenly everything I got for the next 10 years was roses.
You do like roses.
Well, I do now.
And you never told her you didn't like them.
Of course not. There was no telling her.
Keeping?
Oh, she gave me this too. It was her mother-in-law's.
Beautiful.
I suppose I should give it to Giselle, shouldn't I? Daughter-in-law.
Do you want me to keep aside for her?
Oh, yes, I suppose. Maybe Robert will come back from France and get it when I'm dead. She was a formidable woman.
Giselle?
No, Grandma Doyle. She was in the Air Force, you know. But then the war ended and women were expected to get back into the kitchen.
You never really talked much about her before.
Oh, well, you may not remember this, but when we first got married, Dad and I lived here with his parents. We were saving up to get a place of our own. There was talk of building another house further down the run, but then Pat's father died suddenly and Grandma didn't want to be on her own, so she kept living here with us. At first it was a help when you two were very small, but then...
She got sick?
I cared for her till the day she died. It was hard, very hard, and brutal, and soul-destroying. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, and I certainly don't want that for you.
What are you talking about? You've got years yet.
I won't have you caring for me when I'm out of my mind.
Once you sell the farm, you can buy your own place and you can get all the support you need. If you need, when you're older, we've got time to sort that out, Mum.
Oh, well, perhaps. Now this has a story.
10th anniversary, ugly as hell.
More than meets the eye.
Oh my gosh. Is that Emily Klein? I thought Dad destroyed it.
He threw it out, but I'm the one that empties the bins. So...
All these years you didn't think to tell me?
Oh, what good would that have done? No use pining over something you couldn't have.
I was devastated. My heart broke over Emily Klein.
Oh, so did your father's.
Oh, it's my clients have cancelled. I've got to take this, Mum. Marion Doyle.
I dreamt of you last night. You were standing under the turbine on the hill. You had that stupid thing in your hand and you were angry at me. I'd hidden something important. And you threw it up into the blades and it shattered into a million pieces. And then it was raining and I was standing on the hill in the rain and... I don't know. What are you trying to tell me, Pat? Am I ruining everything? I dream of you most nights, actually. Some memory, some time we had together, and I wake up and I think, I must tell Pat about my dream. And then you're not there. I came home from cards yesterday, and all the drive home I'm thinking, oh, I must tell Pat that, about how Marjorie Klein still hasn't mastered her poker face, and Joyce Longstaff always bows out early and never wins a trick. I always play the long game, and I learnt that from you. You always held your cards close to your chest, didn't you? So I think about how much news I have to tell you, but once I swing the door open and come into the kitchen, I see the single cup and bowl from the breakfast drying on the rack, and it comes rushing back to me. Sometimes I think you're just up the paddock and be coming home soon, stomping the mud out of your boots on the back step and walking through the laundry in your socks. You always manage to scare the daylights out of me. I never knew how you walked so softly. Or sometimes I think that you're just having a lie down and will appear in the doorway of the lounge room soon, rubbing sleep from your eyes and saying, "What did I miss?" I can still smell you in my wardrobe. Marion donated all of your crows to the salvos, of course, but your scent is just lingering there, infused in the woodwork, I suppose. You'll be pleased to know I'm having a visitor. I don't get many coming up these days, except for Marion, but she doesn't count. She's been up a few times recently, organised a load of firewood for me. That was nice. But mostly it's about the Bayside living thing. Oh, she's like a dog with a bone. I want her round, of course I do. But we just seem to fight every time. This turbine woman seems very pleasant on the phone. I didn't see the harm in having her over for a cup of tea and a chat. Marjorie Klein seemed to think she was the real deal. Not that that's worth much these days. Oh, you'll just have to forgive me about this, Pat. I'm sure you've softened a bit by now. Emotionally, I mean. We had you cremated like you wanted. Marion wanted to spread your ashes up the hill, but I said we should put them in the garden. You wouldn't have wanted to be under that turbine, would you? Ted said we could. I guess that means something, doesn't it? Anyway, I put you under the kitchen window and planted a rose over you. One of those heirloom ones your mother would approve. That kind of thing was always important to you, Doyles. Tradition, honouring the past, never changing. I haven't told Marion yet. Maybe nothing will come of it and I won't have to. Oh, you can judge if you like, but I'm working it out on my own now. I'll thank you to remember. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit nervous, that's all.
I hope now's still a convenient time for you, Mrs. Doyle.
Of course. I'm not sure how much help I'll be. It's actually my neighbour Ted that has the contract with Enerco.
Yes, well, as I said, I spoke at length to the clients. It's such a shame their petitions to council went unheard. They'll have turbines on 3 sides if the latest plan gets approval. It's an absolute disgrace. No wonder she's so unwell.
Oh, Marjorie Klein has dementia.
Oh, do you mind if I record this, Mrs. Doyle?
Oh, call me Noreen, dear.
It's just for my reference. It means I don't have to take notes.
Of course.
It's recording. Mrs. Doyle, can you remember when your husband first experienced symptoms?
I don't really know. It was after Ted's got switched on that Pat started getting headaches. He started to sleep restlessly, waking up through the night, not sleeping deeply. I thought nothing much of it, just put it down to him getting older, but then he got headaches more and more often, complaining about feeling pressure in his ears and dizziness.
How did you connect his symptoms to the wind turbines? What made you realise that was the cause?
Oh, we never found out the cause, dear. Dr. Chandra didn't seem to think it was anything to worry about. I said it could be a number of things. Ageing, working too hard, maybe he was stressed about something, money probably. We couldn't put our finger on it at the time. Then we went on a trip for a few weeks. We got a nice little motel room near the beach. Anyway, as soon as we got on the train and away from here, well, Pat felt immediately better. Usually the traffic noise in busy places like that keeps him awake, but he slept like a baby. Not a single headache while we were there, and he'd been having them every couple of days at that point. When we got home, it all started up again. Now, my friend Marjorie Klein, she was getting terrible sleep and had a few falls, and she was dizzy all the time, she said, and she couldn't add up or concentrate at cards, and we all thought, well, maybe, but you know all of that.
Yes, I have the statement.
So, when I shared what had happened to Pat while we went away, Marjorie said it could be the ones at Ted's that were causing his symptoms.
And you didn't agree?
Well, all I knew was that he was ill, and he was getting sicker every day. Well, the doctor couldn't give us a real explanation without tests, but Pat, well, he was stubborn and proud, dear.
And you didn't think of moving away?
Oh, this property's named Doyle's Run. His family have been here for generations. He'd never leave.
Even if being here caused his death?
Oh, we don't know what caused his death. He was almost 80 years old and had worked every day of his life, dear. The coroner said natural causes, and I had no reason to doubt that.
Well, I do. There are several cases in this area where the residents living close to wind turbines are affected, and we've seen it in other towns too. We've got stories of sleepless nights, rashes, headaches, tinnitus. The list of symptoms goes on. Their everyday lives are impossible, their hopes and dreams abandoned. People are suffering and in pain, just like Pat was.
I'm sorry, Jennifer. I don't think I can do this.
Look, I'm just trying to stop anyone else from meeting the same fate as your husband, Mrs. Doyle. Look, I'll stop the recording. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
I know, dear.
What if you could stop someone else going through what he did? Marjorie and Frank Klein, others. Wouldn't you do everything you could?
Of course I would, but I can't lie about Pat.
No one's asking you to. Maybe the turbines did have something to do with it. Maybe they are dangerous. How would you know?
Oh, well, because I'm not sick, dear. I've lived with them for the exact same amount of time as Pat. Longer now.
But there's never been any tests done, Mrs. Doyle. The Valley Foundation can organise for specialists to come and measure the sound levels.
Oh, I can't afford a specialist, dear.
Don't worry about that. That's what the foundation is here for. I just need your permission to run the tests on your land.
Oh, wouldn't it make it more sense to do it over at Ted's? Have you spoken with him?
It's you I'm concerned about right now, Mrs. Doyle. The symptoms that Pat experienced are textbook. I had many of the same experiences myself.
Really?
I was a teacher, but I was kind of stuck in my job and I wanted to advance my career, aiming for principal. So I started looking for jobs everywhere, statewide. I interviewed for one in a country high school and I really fell in love with it there. 2 years in, I bought a wonderful house out of town. But then the neighbouring property was bought by a wind farm company and I began to get sick. Soon, I was too sick to work. I had no idea what was wrong with me, but I was put on sick leave. The stress of being an overworked country teacher, that's what they thought. But I only got worse when I stayed home from work. I hadn't worked in so long that my teaching accreditation lapsed. I'd had every test imaginable and no one knew what was wrong with me. Some of the doctors I saw thought it was all in my head.
So what did you do?
I took matters into my own hands. I started to research. I read so many articles when I could stand to focus on a page, of course. And what I found out was that the wind turbines I was living next to were the cause of my illness. Unfortunately, knowing that made little difference to my actual health. I lost everything, Mrs. Doyle. I had to abandon my home and move away. I lost a lot of money. My career was in ruins. The only good to come of all this is that I can now work with the Valley Foundation to stop this happening to other people, to people like you. Say that your husband's death won't be for nothing, Noreen.
What do you want me to do?
Firstly, we're going to arrange to have an acoustic field survey done on this property and at the clients.
Oh, fine by me.
Then I'll film a video testimony from you. The sooner we can get your husband's story out into the world, the better.
Okay. Just let me know when. I know you always liked this blouse. That's why I picked it. I find that my skin is so much drier now than it used to be. My makeup's just not the same as it was.
You look great. Do you need anything before you start?
I'm ready, dear.
Okay, it's recording. Interview with Mrs. Noreen Doyle of Doyle's Run. Mrs. Doyle, when did your husband Pat first experience symptoms?
It was, he got headaches at first when they put the turbines in at Pat's. Ted's. Oh dear.
Just look at me when you're answering, Noreen. Don't look straight into the camera if you can help it, okay?
All right.
I'll ask the question again and then you can answer. Mrs. Doyle, when did your husband Pat first experience symptoms?
Well, it was not long after the turbine at my neighbour's, that's Ted, got turned on that Pat started getting headaches.
Hello, Mum. Sorry I didn't call at a meeting west of the city and I figured I'd just keep coming while the traffic was... Oh, hello. Jen. What are you...
Oh, this is my daughter, Marion. Hello, darling.
Hello, Marion.
What are you doing here, Jen?
Jennifer's from the Valley Foundation. We're making a little film.
You're looking well, Marion. Mrs. Doyle, we might have to
The
organise
Valley
another time.
Foundation?
Jennifer's here to talk about the wind turbines,
You've been
darling.
lying to me?
I never lied.
You told me you're a documentary maker, a researcher,
I am.
a photographer.
That too. It's a hobby.
Were you spying on me up there when we met? Sabotaging Ted's turbine?
Of course not.
The foundation is dedicated to helping people.
Yes, we work to prevent people's well-being being undermined by industrial noise.
It's a registered
Mum,
charity.
I know her.
I understand your concern for your mother's well-being. So am I.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I found her up at Ted's mum months ago. This is Jen.
You're Jen?
Yes.
Oh, then you'll know what a kind
Oh,
heart
what
she
is
has.
happening?
Your father actually. The case is very...
The case?
I'm interviewing people whose health has been
My
affected.
mother isn't ill, okay?
But your father was. It's only a matter of time.
No, this is not happening.
Marion, can we go somewhere to
Have
talk?
you promised her something? Money?
Your mother deserves for her story to be heard.
I'm quite sure my mother makes herself heard all across town.
Marion.
No, you're very well regarded in the community.
I agree. She's respected and very well connected.
Of course. That's why you chose us.
I was introduced by a mutual acquaintance.
She might just be a little old lady in some backwater town to you, but the Doyle's reputation doesn't
I am
matter.
hardly a little old lady.
It's your reputation we're counting on.
All they do is swindle people like you into believing the turbines made you sick. Then they splash it all over the news. This could be very bad for me and Ted and you. Is that what you want?
Oh, when was the last time you cared about what I want?
Our lawyers said this testimony could tip the court in our favour. Marion, please. Your mother stands to benefit from a payout from Eneco. She'd be well and truly set for the rest of her retirement.
Talking about me as if I'm not here.
But it's not about the money. It's the principle of it. Residents are being forced to abandon their homes due to the dangers of wind turbine
But
systems.
the turbines never made my dad sick, Jen. Come on.
I believe they did. And that your mother's health and well-being is in danger if she
How
stays
could you
here.
do this to me?
Marion, I'm sorry. But think about what's important, okay? She has to leave. On that, at least, I think we agree.
Mum, can you please go and make up the spare bed for me? I'll be staying the night. You do that and I'll see Jennifer out.
Fine.
What are you doing?
Ultimately, your mother needs to leave Doyle's Run. Whatever's happened between us is irrelevant.
No! She will not be the poster girl for your scare campaign. It's bullshit. I don't know why you've dedicated your life to attacking the renewable energy sector. I don't know why you seem to enjoy manipulating ageing farmers into thinking they're sick. I don't know why you want to destroy the only livelihood some people have left. I don't know why you betrayed me.
I care about people. I care about you and your family. I'm here to uphold people's human rights where they've been violated.
Wind turbines don't violate people's rights. You do. I trusted you. I thought we were friends. All those messages, everything I told you in confidence.
Was something you freely shared with a stranger on top of a hill.
Oh, I have to do what's best for Mum.
And I suppose you're the one to tell her what that is.
I can't believe you.
Look me in the eye and tell me this won't get you what you want.
I want her to want to move away.
I'll be in touch, Noreen.
If you like, dear.
I'm really sorry about the way this all went down, but I do care about you still. Just call me when you're ready to get your mother out of this place.
Are you hungry for dinner yet?
She's not who you think she is, Mum.
I'll do curry sausages if you like.
She's manipulating you. She's a liar.
Oh, she was nothing but kind to me.
That's how she gets you in.
You just put out because you thought she liked your company. But it turns out she's only here for one thing, and it hurts, doesn't it?
And I'm only ever trying to help you.
I never once asked for your help, Marion. You wanted everything to be sorted and under your control. Everything is black and white with you, but the world doesn't work like that. You're just like your father.
You don't actually think the wind turbines made him sick, do you, Mum?
Oh, well, I can't say they didn't.
But you can't say they did, and that's what Jennifer's asking you to do, Mum. Whatever you say on the record, she'll twist it around.
I don't know. Well, but Pat was convinced that the turbines made him ill, and he was ill. How can I say that he was an idiot or a liar? How could I say that what he felt was not real? Oh, you didn't see him, Marion. You weren't here by his bed every day while he suffered. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't think. He could barely walk straight. And where were you?
I couldn't.
Did he really mean that little to you?
Of course not. I spent a lifetime undoing everything he did.
And what did he do to you, Marion, huh? Sent you away to get better opportunities, paid for your education, let you grow up in a place you belonged with, people who accepted you and loved you.
He rejected me. He didn't love me enough to even try to understand who I was. And you let him get away with that.
And you let it consume your whole life, instead of just being happy you were free of him. Look, darling, I know how much me moving to the city means to you, but it's not what I want. Do you honestly believe that having your elderly mother hanging around will change anything? You need a partner, friends, Jen, but not me. You don't need me. You don't owe me anything, Marion.
You never fought for me, Mum.
Oh, I thought you were strong enough.
Well, I wasn't.
Hello? Marion?
What are you doing here? You can't pretend you're a photographer this time.
I'm still a photographer, and it's still a great view. Noreen told me you were in town. You haven't returned any of my calls?
So you went to my mother?
No, actually. She called me.
Perfect.
She's just looking out for you.
By sending you up here to harass me while she's at bridge?
By giving you the opportunity to work things out.
Oh, giving you the opportunity, you mean?
I guess she likes me.
So did I.
Look, I came to apologise. It wasn't my intention to hurt your feelings.
You did.
I know. I did. I hurt you, and I feel terrible about that. I really like you, Marion. That part is real. When I first saw you coming up the hill that day, I thought, great, maybe I can get the daughter on side. But then I met you and we talked and we became friends. And maybe the spark of something more. All the messages we sent between us and the late night phone calls in the past few months, all that was real. I stopped thinking about the turbines and your family and the story and the court action. All I could think about was how much I enjoyed your company.
How do you expect me to believe any of that?
I don't know. Because it's true?
The truth is subjective, Jennifer. You of all people should know that because that's what you spend your life doing, twisting the truth, manipulating.
Everyone does that, Marion. You do it. Every time you slip Bayside Living into conversation with your mother, the whole reason you wanted to move away in the first place is entirely selfish. So don't be a hypocrite. I'm genuinely so sorry for betraying your trust, but don't act like you're a saint.
Fine.
Will you let me make it up to you? Give me another chance to show you that I'm not just here on business anymore.
How?
Let me take you out. To dinner?
I don't know.
You deserve to have someone who takes care of you.
And you think that person's you?
Why not? In a funny sort of way, we both want the same thing.
Even if I could forgive you for lying to me like that, I just don't think I can look past your stance on the turbines. I don't get it.
You don't have to get it. We don't have to see eye to eye on
It
everything.
feels like a pretty fundamental worldview that we don't share.
I don't agree. We're both very caring people. Everything I do is about other people's health and how I can help them have a better life. And you're the only one looking out for your mum. Where's your brother? Where are her friends? You're doing it all on your own. In that way, we're very much alike.
I need a lot more time to process all of this. You, the turbine, Matt, it's all a mess.
I'm so sorry, Marion. I can see how badly I hurt you. And your mother.
We had a massive fight after you left.
Oh, shit. All this stress, it's not healthy for you or for her.
I know, I don't want that to be our relationship. I don't want to be the overbearing daughter anymore, but I feel like I'm trapped in this cycle with her. Every time I come here, it's like the ghost of me is all she sees, and all I ever am is that lost little girl to her. Far out here, I'm spilling my secrets to you again.
But I'm not a stranger this time. I'm a friend.
Are you? I did like it when we were friends.
So did I. I'll be in the city next week for meetings with the foundation board. Maybe we could catch up?
Maybe.
I'd love to get to know you there, in your natural habitat.
I'm very different. The real me is a ball breaker.
I've met her already. And I think I've met the real you.
Oh yeah?
The real you's a woman who sits on the top of hills, staring wistfully into the distance, wishing that someone would give her a chance to show them her heart.
Oh, Jesus, Jen.
You deserve to be loved.
By you.
By your mother.
Oh, I don't know why it's such a... I just want to have a normal thing with her.
Does anyone ever have a normal thing with their mother?
I just feel like I'm so angry with her. But when I'm not there, I love her and I miss her and forgive her. I just want to be friends.
I know. If she could come to the city, to your world, then she'd get to know you. All the parts of you. The parts of you I've seen that have nothing to do with this house, this place, your father.
Yeah, I could know her. The real her. Not, not as my mother, not as farmer's wife, not as a Doyle, but, as a woman.
If she believed the house could make her sick, would that really be so bad?
In a way, there is a sickness here. Old wounds. We just keep opening them up again and again. I could protect her from that, at least.
If she wanted to go because she thought it was dangerous, would that matter to you?
Could I live with knowing that she never really wanted to be closer to me if she actually ended up being closer?
It would be a kindness and a solution.
For you?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm done lying to you, Marion. It would be great for me, but more so for you.
It would be wrong. Jen, it would be wrong.
Maybe, but it would be a solution.
I could hear the turbines whooshing through the night, cutting through the night air like death's sickle. And I thought you were coming for me, Pat. I really did. I'm surrounded by the noise of it. My head is too full of worries and plans and futures, and I don't want any of them. I was supposed to go first. You were supposed to have sorted everything out. Well, you were blind and stupid if you thought Robert was going to take care of things when you'd gone. He touched down from France, and turned straight back around once we'd read the will. Everything went to me. A few boxes to tick and done. It was only because Marion started looking at the books that anyone even noticed we were broke. Pat, did you even care about me? Oh, how could you? When you were sick. Oh, legacy, Pat. What have you left behind but mess and hurt and then burdens? Why can't you let me go, Pat? Set me free. And Marion, oh poor Marion, you took something away from us when you sent her away. You took my daughter away from me and placed her with some hard-edged businesswoman, a stranger. Oh, Pat, Marion is a stranger to me and she's all I've got. Do you have any idea how lonely that feels?
Okay, I'll give her a call right now. It's okay. No, she's probably mortified that you saw her at a nightie. Yeah, I'll come down tomorrow. I've got a site visit, but I can cancel that. No, it's okay. This is more important. You've done enough No, enough, that's not the point. You've got another GP appointment next week, but I think I'll try and move that up for her. Oh, that's very kind. I'll let you know. I'd better call her. Yeah, thanks for everything. Okay, bye, Ted. Good night.
Hello?
I'm sorry to call so late, but Mum's had an episode. She's okay. Ted found her out the back of his place, tripping over things in the dark. Apparently all the dogs are going off because she's wandering around. Are you in town? Can you go over there? I know it's a lot to ask, but...
Of course, I'll go right now.
Thank you, and you were right.
About?
It's time.
Yeah.
Come on, Mum, I know you're there.
Hello? Oh, Marion. Oh, I suppose Ted got you out of bed, did he?
Are you okay, Mum?
Yes, I'm okay. I don't know, Marion.
I'm worried, Mum.
I know. I just felt like I needed to run away for a minute.
In the night?
Oh, I don't know. Your father. Oh, it's silly.
No, it's not silly, Mum.
He's everywhere.
It can't be good for you in that house. You can't get past it, feeling like you still have to fit everything into his plans. You've got this pressure on yourself to still be perfect for him, but you don't have to be that person anymore.
But that person is me. If I'm not Patrick Doyle's wife, then who else am I?
You're my mum. You're Noreen. And Noreen can be anyone she wants to be. Dad's dead and gone, and he can't be disappointed in you anymore, Mum.
Stop it, Marion.
Mum, I love you, okay? I've always loved you, and I'm sorry. I never came and saw Dad when he was sick. I'm sorry that I blamed you for sending you away. I'm sorry I'm overbearing a girl sometimes, but I'm not sorry for getting in that place at Bayside Living.
Me neither.
Jen's coming over.
Now?
I've called her. She'll get you right, okay, and I'll come up tomorrow.
Okay, darling.
Good night, Mum.
Oh, good night. Can you close those curtains, Marion? It's too bright in here.
I'm sorry, Noreen, but we need the light for the film.
Oh, I'll just grin and bear it.
We can pause at any time and take a break.
Will you see me here? I just really need to keep packing this stuff.
If Noreen can move over one, you'll be out of shot.
Oh, stop fussing.
Just remember, we can edit out any stuff-ups. You just let me know how you're going, okay, Noreen?
All right, dear.
Okay, it's recording. Interview with Mrs. Noreen Doyle of Doyle's Run.
Hello.
Don't look at the camera, please, Noreen. Just look at me. Mrs. Doyle, when did you first experience symptoms?
All right, everyone, that is the end of our intermission. If you could please, everybody take your seats. We're about to get started with Like Me by Glenn Saunders. So just give everyone a little moment to get back in their seats. Excellent. I will have a little swearing warning for this play. There are a few swears in this one. But everyone, please give a warm welcome to the cast of Like Me.
Look at that view.
It's a bit of all right. And you laughed at me when I said we should get away for a bit.
I did not.
You so did. You were all like, where would we go? Why now all of a sudden?
I wasn't against... Stop twisting my... You're great for the ideas, C, but not for the follow-through. Who asked Stan if we could go to his family's farm in the first place?
Okay, fair point. But oh my god, we've wanted to do this for ages. Ever since we did that book at school about those kids going bush and everything going to hell, remember? What were we then? 16? We've been wanting to do it for that many years again. Jesus, Ro, look at it. If not now, then when?
Come on, I'll race you.
What have you got in your bag? Ow! I think I broke a rib when I crashed into you.
Just the usual I take on these sort of trips.
Oh, let me see. Let me
You can't just see. Christ, you're incorrigible.
You love me though, Rowie.
Sometimes. Maybe.
What on earth did you bring binoculars for?
There's meant to be some decent bird spots around here. You never know what you're going to find.
We came away for a weekend to relax and you want to go bird watching? You're a sick girl.
Why? What were you going to do if I wasn't looking for birds? Your bag's not exactly light either.
Read, sleep, listen to the radio.
You brought a radio? You're even sicker than I am. See? I can totally... Alright, back in my bag.
This is the life.
You can smell it too.
Smell what?
The air. It's clearer, more filling, less gunked up.
Yeah. And the light, it's like gold. Liquid gold light just hanging there in huge bloody slabs of it. It's like the big fellas up there going, you want light? Here, have some light. Bam, and just hits you in the face. Okay, no, that's one good thing the city has over the country. There's more stuff in the air in the city. Refracts the light better to give us those hectic Arvo sunsets.
Celia, the resident philosopher.
Does look nice though.
You know, they used to run sheep out here until a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, now I wish we got our shit together sooner. I love sheep. They're so freaking weird. The lambs are always my favorite, halfway between a baby and a pipe cleaner, but with hooves. Best thing about going to the roller show was going to hold the lammies and feed them from their bottled milk going everywhere as they guzzle, guzzle, guzzle.
You are such a dork.
You say that like it's a bad thing. But you're the biggest dork of them all, Rosie Greenwood.
Did I say it was bad? Did I say being a dork was a bad thing? Did I?
You impolite it.
Since when did I imply it?
You always take everything so seriously.
And you don't? We should have invited the others.
Who?
Well, not others. Just Dan. It is his family's place after all.
I didn't think we'd get here, to be honest. I thought we might have done it the summer before last, but there were those bushfire things, and then we all stayed in for a year because, well, we all know why. But now the glorious spectacular, now the virus is pissed off, the sun's out, places are open, look at it. All of this just for the two of us. For a whole week. We're so spoiled.
I just want to bottle you up sometimes, Celia Fox. Save you for a shitty day.
And what about the unshitty days too?
Them too. You're always so... I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, you're so... There's a lightness about you, which is worth protecting, I mean.
You make me sound like I'm an endangered bird or something.
Now you're just making fun of me.
Sometimes I wonder about you, Rowie. Who I am to you.
Oh, wow. Fuck. See, that's a bit, what you are to me. You're C, my best friend. You're the one who's, well, you're always there. Always have been, I suppose, and it's nice having you around.
Just nice? Am I just a nice person to you? Is that how you see me?
No! Gee, C, that's not, you know that's not what I meant.
Okay, so what did you mean?
I meant I'd like having you around. We're friends. Old pals, you know that.
Friends? Right. Sure, okay.
Now you sound hurt.
No, I'm not hurt. I'm glad to know where we stand.
You really are pissed off. What did you want me to say?
I want you to be honest, Ro. Who am I to you? What do you see when you look at me?
I see my best friend, who's gentle and kind and generous, who laughs like a bloody gibbon sometimes, but who also doesn't suffer fools. We've grown up together, double dated sometimes, hung out like we were inseparable, and I like having you around, like having you in my life. Is that what you want to hear from me?
I don't want you to tell me what you think I want to hear, but that'll do for now. Thank you.
I don't know what you're trying to do, C. What do you want me to say or do? What do you want me to be?
Yourself, Ro. I want you to be Rosie. I want you to be honest to yourself and the people in your life. If we can't be that, then what hope do we have? What are we even doing here?
Do you hate me?
Why on earth would I hate you?
Because that's what it feels like. A bit.
I don't hate you, Ro. I just want you to be honest. I always feel like you're holding something, some part of yourself back from me. I don't know what it is or if I'm barking up the wrong tree entirely, but that's what I feel. But just so you know, I'm not sorry for saying what I did.
It's okay.
Are we?
Yeah, I reckon we are. Will be too. But one of these days, C, someone's not going to know where you're coming from and it's going to hurt, okay? Should we fix the tent?
Nah, leave it. We can deal with it tomorrow. How do you tell them, the someone, your best friend, you adore them and need them, won't ever leave them for somebody else? How do you tell them you can't live without them, do anything for them, the breath to your lungs? I want to shout your name, carve it on the canvas of the sky, let all the trees know it, and whisper it on the air itself. I love you, Ro. I just hope that one day I might be brave enough to tell you.
And you're cool to just read. You sure I can't tempt you?
No, I'm okay. Enjoy yourself. Find all the birds.
I wish. See ya.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which when it bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold, I smile, and say, this is no flattery. These are counsellors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything.
Gotcha. Oh, yes. Oh, you're such a pretty bird. I love those feathers. Oh, you're such a cutie. Yes, this way, this way, this way, this way. Oh, damn it!
Trare con voi ora ed mi sognisati
What on earth are you doing?
I'm getting carried away.
I can see that. I thought I heard Pavarotti. Not him, I mean, you know.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Find any good birds?
Couple of parrots, wrens, a hawk, more galahs than you can poke a stick at, black cockatoos, a bloody emu.
Are you for real? An emu?
I'm joking, see. Actually, just a ton of budgerigars and a couple of corellas being absolute idiots. Took a couple of shots, which should turn out okay.
Oh, can I see? Can I
No,
see? Can I
no,
see? I wanna
stop
see.
it, C, stop it, you'll break it. Jesus, C, I said no, okay?
Jeez, I was only joking.
Well, it's not a joke, okay?
Okay.
There's no need to sulk about it.
Do you hate me?
What? Why? No!
But I feel like I did the wrong thing. I don't like it when you shout at me.
I wasn't... I wasn't shouting at you.
But you...
You're just impulsive sometimes. You've been around me too long. You know how to push my buttons too well. Just play it cool, yeah?
Okay. I'm sorry, Ro.
Stop apologising for shit, C. You're okay. Read anything good? Anything good on the radio?
Caught a bit of an odd play before the signal went bung. Bit of Shakespeare, I think. Kind of appropriate in a way. But the book's good. Sucks you right in and won't let go.
Apparently it's mating season for some of the birds out here. Thought maybe I'd see them.
See them at it? You're a sick girl, Rory.
No! Well, the dance they do. You've got the mind of a bloody rubbish bin sometimes.
I wish we did that.
What? Make out?
Yeah. No. I mean, court each other like birds do. All those ones you see in the Attenboroughs. Big, colourful clothes, fancy dances, the smooth moves, singing songs to get our attention.
I think they called that the 80s.
Oh, that's good. Well played.
You hungry? I could motor a coffee right now.
Oh, yes, please.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, why?
You're quiet. Quieter than usual. Like something's on your mind. What's up?
Nothing.
Sure?
Just thinking.
That can be dangerous.
Not just now, but over the past few weeks. Ever since that new season of our favourite show dropped. It made me... Every season hits me, but this one was particularly... I guess it hit way too close to home this time.
What do you mean?
All that birds and the bees shit. I realised I've never been properly taught any of that stuff in my life.
You're shitting me.
Would I lie to you, Ro?
I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, sure, I know how it happens, the functional mechanics of it all, well, I do now, but I've never been taught about it. Especially not the emotional, everything else side of it.
Not even at school.
Especially not at school. You know what that place is like.
Say no more. I seem to remember a lesson in year 8 or something.
Oh, one lesson, yeah.
By then it was kind of too late, but, you know, better late than never.
I think it was more for the boys than us girls. I mean, it's not like I still don't know any of that stuff. I had to teach myself the hard way, often the wrong way.
I'm sorry, see?
Oh, God, no, don't be. It's so far out of our control, Rowie. This is where half the problem lies. We had to take it into our own hands, literally. Ended up absorbing all of it, and now we're a mess.
You're not a mess, C.
I am. I mean, maybe not so much now, but I was. Remember 17, 18-year-old me? Jesus, she was messed up. Poor little frightened thing who didn't know what she was. I mean, where was the compassion, the empathy for people who weren't the same as every other person? I knew I didn't fit in. Not totally, but did they care? Nah. It was do as everyone else does, or get detention, or whatever other stupid thing they wanted to inflict upon you for not towing the line.
Oh, see, I'm sorry.
If I had just one person take me aside and say that it's okay to be different, okay to not know who you are or what you're doing yet, okay to figure it out later, okay to not be like everyone else, maybe I would have been more comfortable being me a lot earlier. It wasn't until I was 24 that I knew I was gay. I assumed I was just not into the guys at school. I mean, I tried to like them, I really did, but it never ended well. Talk about the hard way. I thought I was asexual for a few years because, hey, that was an option too, but then I realised I did like some people. Just not the ones I'd been told to like for 24 years, and I'd been made to feel ashamed of that, and that's not something I wish on anyone. But then I have friends like you, especially you, who helped me find the words and the time and the space to work through it all. Helped me not to feel so scared or alone or broken, and I started to feel okay being myself, and oh geez, how do you say this? I don't know if I've ever been in love. Oh, no, that's not fair. I have, once. I know that much. But how do you tell someone you like them without it backfiring? Without putting your foot in it? Without pushing them away? Or they ghost you for 9 months and then reappear like nothing's happened, and you're like, What the hell? No, piss off. You had your chance, but inside your heart's breaking and you want them because they showed an interest in you, and right now you'll take what you can get even if it's not the right thing. Or you fall for your...
What about your girlfriends, though? Surely there's been a couple of keepers over the years.
Not girlfriends. Girlfriends, but never girlfriends. Not properly. I suppose a couple. Lena, Mia, maybe Fee. Were, well, serious at one point or another. Only thing is, none of them quite measured up to the person I wanted them to be. I didn't want to settle for second best when there's only ever been one who's first best. Seeker, lover, keeper, all three in one.
Who's that? Would I know her?
Just once I'd like to fall in love with, like they do in books and movies and paintings and shit. Like we're gods or legends or something. Just jump off that rooftop and hope I'm caught before I hit the ground. I want to be like Cleopatra and have immortal longings. I want to be...
That's a bit sad, don't you think? Considering how she turned out.
You know what I mean, Ro. I want to be adored, treasured, desired. I want to mean something to someone and have them mean the same to me. I want it to be a crazy, mad, beautiful, can't live without you two-way thing. Not a stupid one-way ticket to Heartbreak Central. I don't want to be invisible, Ro. I want to be seen.
See.
Is that a good or a bad see?
It's whatever it is. Neither nor. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're telling me. We feel what we feel and we can't help it. Sometimes we just gotta jump, trust our emotions and hope it works out. Try not to get too worked up about it.
Rowie,
See?
can I tell you something?
Of course.
All that stuff I said about liking people. When I said there was one person, I didn't just mean anyone, yeah? I was talking about...
Hello? Anyone home?
Dan?
What? Oh, God, no.
Did I interrupt something?
Not at all. What are you doing here?
Don't you check your phones?
I thought you said you didn't invite Dan.
She didn't.
No, we turned them off. The reception was screwed.
I've been trying to call you both all morning.
What happened?
We're in lockdown again. It's all gone feral.
And it was all going so well.
Yeah, well, a couple of schools out west had clusters and then it jumped and went to seed. Imported from up north, they reckon it had been circulating there for a while. You know what it's like, one smell of danger and bam, up go the barricades while we try to wrestle the bastard to the ground.
So we're stuck here.
Something like that, for the time being at least.
And now you too.
I tried to call you. Hell, you got back as soon as you could, but you didn't pick up.
How long is it going to last?
They've announced 2 weeks, but that's anyone's guess. Figured I could do with a break from the shit show for a while. Someone should probably check on the old place for a bit, keep everything going, so to speak.
We thought your uncle normally lived here, but we haven't seen anyone.
He does normally, but well, this is, well, nothing's normal, is it? He's been stuck in Tassie for the past, I can't even remember how long, probably since this all began, actually.
Lucky him.
You didn't have to come and save us, gallant Sir Knight.
Who said anything about saving us? One whiff of danger and you turn into a damsel in distress. Pull yourself together, Ro.
Nah, but really, this is us for the next little while. We should probably do a supplies run or something in the next day or so. Depends how much you guys brought with you.
Not much.
That's what I thought. We need to think this through, draw up a plan. We should probably quarantine or something.
But surely we'd be okay. We don't know anyone with it, do we?
I don't think that's the point, Ro.
Well, never hurts to be careful, especially now anyhow.
I'm happy with the tent.
You don't need to do that, C.
If anyone, should be me in the tent, at least at first.
Nah, I like it.
Okay.
So long as you don't stay there for 20 years, it's fine.
Bloody Cloud Street.
It's not that bad.
Says you, who's the main babe in the book. Rosie Pickles, who falls in love with Quick Lamb. Hey, does that mean Dan's quick?
See?
Oh my god, he totally is. Lambs and pickles, what do they say? Sounds like a counter lunch.
That's enough, C.
What?
Just stop, C, please.
What did I do? Did I put my foot in it again?
See,
Oh.
See, you okay?
See?
You know, he was right.
Who was?
That Shakespeare guy.
What?
What do you
What are you
mean?
talking about?
How bitter it is to look at happiness through your best friend's eyes.
See, no, it's not like
I
that.
can't do anything right, can I? I see you two together and... sod it. What hope is there for me? I'm sorry.
Shouldn't we go after her? Tell her it's not what
What?
Oh, she's got the wrong end of the stick, obviously.
About what?
Hasn't she?
Oh, God. Shit,
Oh, shit. Rosie, See? Celia! See, where the bloody hell... There you are. Bloody hell, you're fast.
If it isn't dopey old Quick Lamb. Hopeless, mopey old black sheep Quick Lamb.
Don't do this, see.
You didn't have to follow me, Dan. I can look after myself, you know.
Sorry for the concern.
Still doesn't answer my question.
Doesn't it?
Why did you come after me? Didn't I make it clear before?
See, please, don't make this harder than it needs to be.
Oh, so it's hard now. What about... If it's hard, why couldn't you stay back there?
You know how Rosie is when she gets going? She's impossible to stop. You of all people should know this. Please, see.
Ah! Fuck! Jesus! Shitting fuck!
See?
I think my foot's fucking...
Oh,
Ow!
shit, see. No, don't take your shoe off.
Why?
Well, if it's broken, even if it's just a sprain, it's going to swell and then you'll never get the shoe back on. I'll have to carry you out of here. Here, let me. Can you feel that?
Yes! Ow! Yes, Jesus! Ow!
And this?
Yes!
And this.
Yes.
It's not broken. Probably just a sprain. You will need ice, though. The house is too far, damn. Okay. 3 out of 4 surely won't hurt. I mean, it will hurt, but we'll manage. You just need to rest for a bit. Don't move. I can run back to the house, get some...
Dan,
Yeah?
I'll be okay without the ice for now.
Sure?
Can you just... Don't leave me by myself, Dan.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Sometimes I say shit without thinking it through first. Please.
I know, see,
Know what?
about you. About you and Rosie. I mean, how you feel about her.
You do?
Yeah.
How?
It's not hard to see sometimes.
Am I that obvious?
Oh, maybe not as obvious so much as... I didn't say that. I know the feeling is all.
Do you? Who for? Spill. Tell me everything. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
No, see.
Oh, come on. You can't say something like that and not tell me. Please. Please.
Why do you want to know all of a sudden?
So we can feel less crappy together. Laugh at each other's bad luck.
Who said anything about bad luck?
You know what I mean. Stop changing what I said.
I never said anything about... This is not something I laugh about, see.
Oi, who's got the stuffed ankle? Humour me here, Dan.
Your own misfortune does not automatically qualify for tales of other people's misadventures in love.
But you said...
Yeah, because I know how much it bloody sucks.
Oh.
I'm like you.
I mean, I'm flattered, Dan, but you're not...
No, I mean, we're in the same position, you and I. Fuck, see, you gonna make me spell it out for you? We both like the same person.
You...
Every time I see the way you look at her, every time I see Rosie with one of her boyfriends, it's the same feeling.
You and Ro. So what I said is true.
Which bit?
Oh, don't make me say it again, Dan, please.
The lamb and pickles thing. No, it's not true. I cross my heart and hope to die, I promise you.
How is it not true, then?
That whole stupid lamb and pickles thing, we're nothing like that bloody book. We're not opposites see. Ro and I are not in competition like that. It's the whole thing why we... Christ, we're like...
So, why did she... Did you, ever...
Kind of. I don't know. We were never together, or whatever you want to call it. Not properly together. Our families go way back, so we've always been around each other growing up. I was going to say we're like siblings, but that's such a boring thing to say. Though maybe we kind of are like that in a way. I mean, okay, yes, we did that awkward flirting thing when we were teenagers, discovering all that stuff, so that's definitely not like siblings, but I think we went to see Spider-Man 2 as kind of a date when I was 14. Pretty sure she was the first girl I ever kissed.
And now...
Now? Nah.
You don't sound too convinced.
I don't know, C.
Come on, Dan. Do you or don't you? Oh my god, you do. You still do, don't you? Fuck.
But what difference does it make if I said yes?
About what?
About everything. About you and her, me and her, you and me here, now, this. Does the fact I like Rowie change anything about that at all? No. If anything, it means we're the two best people to be talking about this stuff because we both know how the other feels. Christ, see, we're talking about liking the same person.
But you've got a girlfriend.
Tori, hence.
She knows you're not into Ro. Surely she knows, right?
Oh, she's always held a bit of a candle for me, our Rowie has.
And you haven't?
Shit, so you're not doing yourself any favours here.
Oh, just tell me. Jesus, what's the worst that could happen now?
Yes. Okay? Yes. Yes, I have held a candle for our Rosie. A long candle, sure, but still a candle, and after a while it started to melt down my fingers until I became covered in wax and ended up in a castle with a clock with a ridiculous French accent and a man with horns who's in kind of a Stockholm Syndrome relationship with a girl, and I don't bloody know anymore.
That started well.
Yeah, kind of ran away from me a bit there. But no, it's not going to happen.
What's not going to happen? Ro or Tori?
You know I mean Rowie.
Do I?
Stop twisting my words.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
What?
This. All of this is just wrong. It's all coming out wrong. This is not how it was meant to go.
How was it meant to go?
Not like this.
Let me in?
I had the idea that Ro and I would go away for a week together.
To our farm.
That was Ro's idea. I'd have been happy with an Airbnb in the Yarra foothills, but yes, okay, to your farm, and we'd hang out away from all the eyes and ears and noise and shit, and somewhere along the way, I'd find the courage to tell her how I feel about her and hope she felt the same way. There wasn't much more of a plan than that. No stupid candlelit dinner or skinny dipping in the creek or anything like that. Probably a couple bottles of wine knowing us, but that was it. No big overtures or neon signs or grand gestures. I wasn't trying to pretend this wasn't anything it wasn't. I was
You
just...
can't grand plan this shit, see? The minute you start trying to square peg round hole love, it backfires and screws everything up.
So it's the whole tell them and risk losing them, but say nothing and lose the chance thing, yeah?
I
Great.
think love never runs on time is a better way of saying it.
So we came out here and just as I'm about to tell her, you arrived and...
Oh,
This is not how it was meant to go.
you know I'm not deliberately trying to come between you here, right? Don't do this to yourself, to Rosie, to me. Don't lash out like this. What, do you want me to be the bad guy here? Is that it?
Yes? No. Maybe. I don't know. A bit. It might help, actually.
Jesus, see?
Don't hate me.
Why do you keep saying that? It's not like
Because I don't want you to hate me. You or Rowie or anyone. I can't stand the thought of someone not... I want to be liked. I want someone to like me as me. For me, myself, who I am, not what I could be or might be or what I represent.
I see.
What does that mean?
You can't just paint someone as the villain because your heart's been kicked in the face.
But this is what I'm trying to say, Dan. It's got to be all or nothing with me. I don't want to sit on the edge of the pool waiting till the water's just right, you know. That's almost as bad as Goldilocks in the bloody porridge. Too hot, too cold, just right, get lost. By that time, it's too late. I want to jump in whole-bodied all at once. I don't care about the splash I make. If only I wasn't so damn terrified of that outcome might be. What you see is what you get with me. No hidden surprises, no icebergs,
Relationships aren't poker games, see. It's not all or nothing, double or quits or whatever. No, they're two-way streets. And sure, it's more 60-40 and a straight 50-50 split, but you're both trying to put 60% in. You get as good as you give, and if that's not the case, then what are you doing?
Yes. No, I don't know. Will you let me finish? I want to jump in head first, dive into the relationship, into the other person, and swim around them, come up for air and sit on the riverbank all wet and soggy and pull my cosy out of my bum, blissfully ignorant of everything else. Maybe that's the wrong metaphor. Okay, no. Relationships are poker games. Maybe not poker, but a card game. You have your hand, they have theirs, and you're trying to play it cool. Play your cards close to your chest, but you really want to just lay it all bare on the table, go all in, chips and keys and everything on the table, no holds barred. But I'm terrified of what happens if I do declare early. If I go all out before the other person is in ready, and if they can't match me, can't feel the same way. And I've been there, Dan. I've been there, done that too many times to count, and it sucks. And it hurts and it's crappy and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of second guessing my heart because the person I like maybe doesn't see me like that, and I want that to stop. I want to stop running from love, running towards it, chasing her. I want to stop chasing Rowie. I want to catch up to her and tell her I like her and have all this chaos just stop. I want... Listen to me, I'm a bloody narcissist, but is it too much to want something better than you have had? Is it too much to want to spend the rest of your life with your best friend?
Have you told her?
No. I can't. It's not like I can talk to her about this.
Why not?
Have you tried it? Jeez, Dan, she's like I don't know, she's force of nature, Rowie is.
But does she know, see? Have you told her in those words? Have you ever said those 3 words to her within earshot, earnestly, and meant it?
You don't think... Do you think she'd hate me for saying it?
I don't know. I wouldn't imagine she would.
Yeah?
Give her some credit here, see. How long have you known each other? You know as well as I do you wouldn't be as famous as you are to each other if you didn't enjoy each other's company. More to that, if you didn't enjoy dicking around together, being absolute idiots sometimes. I've seen you two carry on like a pack of bloody galahs, and I wish you could see it the way I see it too. It's one of the funniest, most insanely natural ought-to-be-together things I know.
But you like her too.
Not like this, see. You and Ro are made for each other. Ro and I are sweet together, but we're too similar to be together long term. I'm speaking from experience here, I know. Otherwise, what's the alternative?
I'd rather not think about that.
See? There's your answer. Honestly, no. I don't think she'd hate you, see. You're too hard on yourself sometimes. You don't look that way at someone for no reason. Tell her before the week's out. How does it feel?
It is to be all made of sighs and tears, all made of fantasy and invention, of passion and of wishes, all adoration, duty and observance, all humbleness and patience and impatience.
I meant the ankle, but
Oh.
It's okay.
Oh, God, I feel like an idiot.
You really have put your foot in it. Though, to be fair, if you're not thinking about the ankle, then it's not broken. That's a good sign, surely. You think you could walk back to the house?
Yeah. Rose said you guys used to run sheep out here until only recently. Why didn't you tell us sooner? I would have loved to have seen them. Must have been something, right?
It was something, all right. It was to be all made of mud and flies. Blood, dirt and little flies. Long callous days from running them, sorting them. The stench of shit on your boots, the oily wool smell in your hands, the roar of the shearing shed. Flies in your nose, in your mouth, in your hair, up your... But, yeah, I suppose in hindsight there was... Oh, I wouldn't call it magic, but it was something. Do you know how to play kings?
No.
It's a bit patriarchal, isn't it?
Okay, yes. It's okay. Look, it sounds full on, but it's really not. Each card, ace through king, has an action to it. Ace being value of 1 is the lowest. Everyone takes a shot. 2s, you pick someone to drink. 3s, you yourself drink. 4s, last one to touch the floor has to drink. 5s,
That's not fair. Foot?
Right. Okay, good point. 4s, last one to knock on the table drinks.
5s?
Guys drink. 6s, girls drink. Yeah, I know it sucks. It's better in a bigger group.
Can we change it?
To what?
How about 5s, the person's to your right, 6s, the person's to your left.
That's a bit better.
7s, last one to point up, drinks. 8s, you choose someone to drink with you. 9s, you say a word, and the person to your right has to rhyme with it. Last one to be able to do so drinks.
Who made these rules?
It's fun for a bunch of English lit students, okay? One girl in third year would endlessly win the rhyme round by claiming medieval language patterns could get her out of anything. Just how it worked.
10s?
10s, you choose a category, and the person to your left has to say something that fits. Whoever breaks the chain, drinks. Jacks, ever have I ever. Queens, you get to ask someone a question at random at any time. If they don't respond with a question, they drink.
And kings?
Please tell me it's a good one.
Kings, you get to make up a rule, and we all have to follow. You get the idea?
So to recap, ace shots, 2s choose, 3s me, 4s table, 5s right, 6s left, 7s heavens, 8s mates, 9 rhyme, 10s belong, jacks never, queens question, and kings bring it. Did I get it right?
Nicely done.
Do we get cards dealt to us or what? How does it work?
Normally we'd put them in a circle around a jug of beer or something, but we can just draw them from the deck. Here, ready? All right. You want to start, Roy?
Sure. 9s rhyme. Bird.
Word.
Absurd.
Herd.
Nerd.
Curd.
Turd.
Merd.
That's not a word.
Yes, it is. It means shit in French.
Oh, that's not
Dan.
fair.
Fine. I'll drink that one. All right. Ace. Everyone drink.
Okay. 8. Drink with me, Ro.
Rude. Jacks. Okay, never have I ever been skinny dipping. Wait, both of you have?
Bucks party.
I did it to impress a girl.
6s left. That's you, see.
Queen's questions. Come on, Ro.
Are you gonna ask now?
What do you think of falling in love?
In general?
Why not?
Depends who's asking.
If it was me,
Do you mean you and me?
and if I said yes.
You know that means you have to drink, Roy.
Oh, fuck. See, are you okay? Don't you think you've had enough?
No, I have not had enough. You don't know how it feels.
How what feels?
Being me.
I think we'll stop the game there.
No, let's play another one.
See.
Maybe one that doesn't involve alcohol.
Spin the bottle.
No.
Oh, really?
Don't do this.
Come
Sue.
on, it'll be fun. What could possibly happen? Ready?
What are we spinning for? What's our punishment going to be?
Punishment. Not punishment at all. What are you on about?
Oh, come on, C.
You gotta do a truth or a dare, okay?
Do we get a choice first?
Nah. Truth or dare, Ro?
Dare.
See, don't.
Kiss the person sitting closest to you.
God damn it, see, this is not a game.
What the fuck, Ro? What the hell is wrong with you both?
You shouldn't have done that, Roy.
What do you mean?
I think you need to ask that to see.
What?
You really can't see it, can you? She likes you, know.
Nah. Really? You think so?
You and C should talk. Look, not now. Jesus. In the morning.
What think you of falling in love? To tell someone you need them. See them, adore them, won't ever leave them, no matter what happens. I want someone to hold on to. Stay up till 3 a.m, roll on the floor laughing with. A lover, a best friend. So why does it hurt? I'd give anything for someone to tell me they like me. The one they can't live without. Their oxygen, every breath, joy and light. That no matter how shit it gets, they'll be by my side. What do you do when each heartbeat is a heartbreak? When you see them with somebody else? Why can't I tell them exactly how I feel about them? Be honest like they deserve me to be. You know I'll be there beside you. Rough weather or sunshine, first thing in the morning, smile half asleep, till last thing at night, kissing your eyes closed. I'd give anything to not feel this way again, like my heart's broken. I'm lying to you. More than anything, I want to love you, be loved by you, the honesty of us on the same page. If you feel it, then tell me. Shout it, declare it, and tell me I'm crazy for thinking otherwise. If not, then tell me. I can't stand the waiting, not knowing, not saying. What think you of falling in love, of being enough as we are? So tell me honestly, what do you see? What do I mean? How do you feel about me?
Rosie.
Let the night
Rosie.
hide me and guide me,
Rosie.
reveal and disguise me.
Rosie.
Be my canvas, my pen and ink, and hang on every star the very face of love.
Rosie. What's going on? What is happening? Why now all of a sudden?
You're popular this morning?
I don't know if popular is the right word.
What do you mean?
About what you said last night.
About C.
Yeah. You sure she's going to be around here?
Trust me.
And you're not worried by this? My phone hasn't stopped pinging for ages.
I'm not worried, no. Though I thought it might play out a little differently.
What does that mean? Why aren't you concerned by this? This is getting weird.
Spoilers.
What the hell, Dan? See? Are you okay? What's going on?
Why does it hurt this much?
How do you mean?
In here, like deep inside here, it feels... Oh God, it hurts.
Are you having a heart attack?
No,
Can you raise your arms?
no,
Can you smell burnt toast?
none of that, no.
Talk to me, C. What do you need?
Just shut up, will you?
Do we need to get you to a hospital?
No, not a hospital. Just you.
Me?
You. Oh, Rowie. Rosie, posy, poser, Rosie. Rosalind, fire of my soul, light of heart, Rosie. Can you really not see it?
Why does everyone keep saying that? See what? See?
Me. You. Me and you. Us. It's always been you. Every single little thing. It's always been about you. That's what this week was meant to be. You and me. Us girls getting away from all that city crap and hanging out like old times. And hopefully I'd find the courage and bravery to tell you the big fucking thing I'd been carrying around with me for years.
You and me? Oh my.
Rowie?
Oh, C.
What? Why are you laughing?
That's what you meant. Oh, fuck. Oh, why didn't you say anything before? How long have you felt this?
A while.
How long's a while?
A while. That's not important though.
Why didn't you say anything?
Do you think I haven't tried? The other day in the forest, all that stuff about school and figuring it out, couldn't you? How would you have liked me to tell you this?
I don't know, see?
Because from where I'm standing, this is the stuff that stops friendships right where they are. It draws a line in the sand, and once you cross it, there's no turning back. Or if it doesn't stop, then it definitely changes things. And shit, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to stop us from being best friends in a hurry. Don't think I'm making this decision lightly. It's hard enough to tell you as it is.
I'm sorry, C.
Oh, God. Feels like my heart's breaking in two. It's pumping too fast. Too fast. Twice as fast, my body's buzzing, every pore alive with adrenaline. Jesus Christ. I could just see my heart bursting through my shirt like something from Alien, but of course it's not actually doing that because that's just a bit freaking weird.
Does this happen every time you see me?
Every time I see you making eyes at someone else, every time you date them and play them like a glove and they follow you around like a little puppy with big eyes and you just want to pick them up and squish them, and not in a good way, and just smash their heads in.
C!
What? I don't want to play second fiddle to you anymore, Ro. This is me standing up, saying who I am. Drawing a line in the sand. You're my best friend, and while you know who I am, sometimes I feel like you take me for granted a bit. And that sucks a bit more than I'd like it to, you know. This isn't easy for me to say, and I know it's not easy for you to hear, but I need to say this. For you, for me, for us. For this here and now. I've known you for bloody yonks, and I'd like to be able to say I've forgotten how long it's been, but I know all too well it's been 18 years, 7 months and 3 days, and no, I'm not counting. I've liked you for a fair whack of those years. Loved you, like properly, wholly loved you for almost the same, and I've tried. You wouldn't believe how many times I've tried. I've tried to get over it. Squash it, pretend I didn't feel this way, because being in love with your best friend is just weird, right? And we're all told you can't fall in love with your friends, but what if we do? What if I have fallen in love with my best friend because she is the person who makes me feel like I want to feel? Makes me feel like myself, hey? What happens then? So, this is me telling you this, getting you to see me as me, not as your best friend C, but as me. C. On my own 2 feet by myself. And so, here we are. Here I am, telling you how much I, capital L, love you, Ro. I'll even write bad poetry for you. About you. I'll make up songs for you.
This isn't Shakespeare, C.
I know, but sometimes I want to love you Shakespeareanly.
Sonnets and shit?
With sonnets and plays and quarters, whole volumes in folio, and poems unlimited. I want to squish you and never let you go. I want to tell you filthy jokes so the wine comes out of your nose in a hot pink gush. I'll be there when you had a shit-ass day, and I'll be the first one to grab the glasses when you feel like celebrating. I'll be there when you go to sleep and when you open your eyes first thing in the morning. Forget all those boys. Forget the dreamers and the hopeless cases, the hipsters, wankers, losers, posers, jocks and tossers. Forget them all, but not me. I really, 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 really like you. Do you like me? Do you like me too?
Fuck, C?
What? Talk to me, Ro. You're scaring me. Chloe.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes, I do. But Jesus, C, it's a lot all at once.
Couldn't you see it though? Didn't you stop for a minute and think, why is C always there? Why is C the third wheel on my dates? Why do we always hang out when dates go wrong? Want to know why? Because we both knew there was the possibility they'd stand you up or leave at some point, and if they did, then we could hang out and laugh about them together and get drunk, and we'd still get our time together. Didn't you see those looks I'd give you when your guys would be flirting with you and you'd be leading him up the garden path? You and I both know exactly what you're doing, and I hated that. Hated that it was all a game to you. They were just stepping stones.
That's not fair, C. What about James, Ed, Charlie? What about Dan?
James was a jock. Ed was a dweeb. Charlie, well, Charlie was an ass hat. I'm sorry, he was. And Dan's, well, look at him. Dan's just Dan. He's the nicest guy. We know we both love him to bits, but capital L love Dan? I think that'd be a bit too weird, don't you think, Ro? I mean, Dan's practically one of us. And besides, he's got Tori now. Sorry, Dan.
None taken?
And all this time you've said nothing about it? You just, suffered, beat yourself up about it?
I didn't beat myself up, but there have been tears on more than one occasion. I tried to tell you, show you, but you didn't seem to take it seriously. Even the other day, as soon as you saw Dan, you... like it just hadn't opened my soul to you and laid my heart bare.
I'm sorry, C. I'm so sorry.
Do you
What?
really, really, really like me? Do you want me? Do you want me to?
Can we play it cool? See where it takes us? I'm scared too, C.
You scared? What of?
Of losing you.
Losing me.
All the boys and... Yes, you're right. Most of them were boys sooner or later. It was never... I suppose it was all a game. That me, I am around them, that's not really me. You know that, right? I'm not really that flirty and giggly. I don't make eyes at them to make them roll over. That's not me. Not the real me. It's all an act, see, a game. I want them to like me, so I make sure they do. I give them what they want, wind them around my little finger, and when I'm bored of them, or I've had enough of their mopiness and tongue hanging out dogness or whatever shit they're pulling, I play them out on a line and let them go. Sure, some have lasted a bit longer than others, but that's the playbook I'm working from.
Bro.
That's the truth, see. I owe you that at least.
But that doesn't explain why you snogged Dan's face off last night.
Because I can't do that with you, can I?
But you could do it with Dan, even though we're all practically as good as siblings. Why do you feel you can be that with me? We seem to do it every New Year's, don't we?
But that's New Year's, it's not...
Oh, not the same. Oh, piss off, Ro. Of course it's the bloody same. What is so different from the 31st of December to January 1st? What difference does a day or 1 minute make over another?
Because it's... There is no difference.
So why can't we be that?
Because I didn't know we could be that.
Rowie.
You're right, though. I'm sorry, Dan. I shouldn't have done that last night. You're too good for that. Too honest and selfless, and hell, you're the best guy we know. I shouldn't have messed you around like that. I know we... Don't hate me, Dan. Please?
Not hate. I just want you to be honest with yourself. Both of you.
Back up a sec. You said you were scared. Scared of losing me. What did you mean?
You're my best friend, C, and yes, I knew you kind of liked me. I mean, you'd always make sure to be standing next to me at midnight on New Year's, wouldn't you? You'd tear me away from whichever boy was next to me and snog me so hard you almost sucked the breath out of my lungs. Do you remember that time? What were we, 19? And you snogged me so hard you broke my nose? You'd always, somehow, manage to end up making out with me when you got drunk at Min's parties or when we played Spin the Bottle. Hell, you'd always shotgun the passenger seat when we get in the car. Don't think I can't feel you looking at me. But at the end of the day, like you, I guess I didn't know if it was the alcohol speaking or because we were such good friends, if it was a crush or something more. I didn't know what I was feeling. I didn't know that I could feel that for you. You said it the other day. You've been told for so long to feel one way that you didn't know you were allowed to feel another way. And I didn't want to say anything and screw you around if I didn't know, if I wasn't sure about it myself, if I didn't trust myself enough in the first place. Turns out I was hotter than I thought I was, and it might have all been fine and dandy a lot sooner if I'd said something earlier.
Why didn't you say anything earlier?
Because I was scared of what might happen if I did. That things had changed and we couldn't go back to how we were. You asked me why I was scared of losing you. I was also scared of showing you who I was and you realizing I didn't match the Rowie you were friends with all along. I'm not life of the party, Rosie. I'm just a scared kid who's sitting on the edge of her bed trying to figure out how to be a woman who kind of hates her body and herself sometimes, and who'd like nothing better than to hang out with her best friend for the rest of her life. Do you think we could?
Let's start over.
Something like that. But nowhere near as bitter. And definitely no stolen passports. You and me, against the world, hey?
Against the odds.
Against the odds. I like the sound of that.
What do you reckon?
What?
Can we, kiss? Not New Year's Eve-ly or nose-breakingly, but as two people who like each other a lot, trying to work out who they are to each other after not really having known the real friend for their whole life.
That's a lot to say in a kiss.
Try me.
Dan, did you know?
Yeah.
How long have you known?
A while.
How long's a while?
A while.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I... fuck, here we go. Because I still held a candle for you, Ro. Even though it's been years and we've both got other people and whatever, somehow I still kept that candle burning. But I realised I was at risk of becoming stuck in a castle with a bunch of talking crockery, and that was the last thing I wanted. Besides, it wasn't my place to say anything about what I could see between you two plain as day. I'm not stupid, Ro. It might be dorky Dan, but I get a lot more than that let on. And talking to C yesterday, Jesus. I knew it was probably time I blew out my candle, so to speak, passed the flame on to someone more deserving. I wasn't about to out someone if they weren't ready to tell their truth themselves. Who do you think I am, that I'm above all that? No. No, I knew C would tell her in her own time. Maybe you, forced her hand last night, but I think maybe you knew too.
Oh, Dan, I didn't know. You should have said something.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, C.
Better out than in, hey?
Yeah.
And before you ask, no, I don't hate you, Ro. I've never hated you. I can't hate you. There's not a bone in my body that could hate you. Yes, you kind of do put your foot in it sometimes, but so do I, and that's no reason to hate you. Dan, you helped me. Both of you helped me find myself, like myself, save myself when I needed friends most, and if I don't say it enough, I'm sorry, but the fact I'm still here, still kicking it, that we're still the same bunch of dorks we've always been says more than I can adequately say in words.
What do you want to do now?
Let's hit the road.
Where will we go?
I don't know. We should probably talk, hey?
Something like that. What'll you do now, Dan?
I'll check the place out. Got a bit distracted yesterday. See what needs to be done, make a start on that. Might get some supplies and shit. Go and grab Zoe from next door.
Zoe's still around?
Yeah, of course she is.
Who's Zoe?
Our dog. Just wait till you meet her. She loves new friends.
A dog? Oh, wait.
Okay, I've seen a bit.
Where'll we go?
Anyway, shotgun passenger seat.
You know you have to read the map too.
So long as I can choose the music.
Oh, go on then. So.
Which way?
That way.
That way?
Yeah. Oh, nah, that way.
Hang on, turn the map around. That way?
Yeah, that way.
That way it is.